This episode of the Cottrell Cast is sponsored by Coffee Underlined. Great, freshly roasted coffee for low, low prices. Grab a quick latte for only £1, or take some coffee home for only £4 for 200 grams from the wide range of great tasting coffees. That's Coffee Underlined in Ashton under Lyne.
Woo! Whoa, hello! Are we live already?
I think so. I think we are.
Well, welcome along to the podcast. A sudden introduction there.
Sorry, I don't know what's going on.
Big TV countdown when they were going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, but no, we just had basically Fraser cheering. So welcome along to episode 9 of the Cottrell Cast.
Hiya.
For those of you who already know about this, a special treat because we are actually live. We are here at Cottrell Towers live with you.
This is amazing. This is like, so at the moment in front of us is we have actually, I'm going to post a picture on the Cottrell Cast Facebook page, facebook.com/the Cottrell Cast, and you'll be able to see what we can see, because at the moment in front of us we have a clock which is telling us we have gone up in the world. We have a clock which is telling us how long is left. What else do we have? We have my GoPro camera, my brand new GoPro.
We'll talk about that later because your birthday has passed, and that was part of your kit that you actually got for us.
So if you're watching on YouTube, youtube.com/the Cottrell Cast, hi, how are you doing?
Hello, yes.
If you're not, you're obviously listening to this in the past, so you missed out. We are going to be live every single Tuesday.
Oh, are we?
At 7:30. Yeah, I think so. This is fun. I'm enjoying it.
It's more pumped up.
Oh, Alex is here, by the way.
Hello. We forgot to introduce Alex because Michael, who normally helps us out, couldn't be here this week. We asked him why, but he wasn't willing to tell us why, which always means it's something dodgy.
Something creepy.
So instead, you will be able to see Alex, who is usually knocking around at the back,
basically where
sorting out all the dials. Yeah. Well, you'll be able to actually see the dials here in front of us.
Yeah. Oh, it's all fancy.
You can see all the equipment here.
Yeah, it's all very complicated.
It is. Well, it's not really. We just make it look complicated. Yeah. What I'm doing here is complicated. We'll be talking about that very soon. But yeah, welcome to the Cottrell Cast, episode 9. We've nearly done this for 10 weeks next week. That is nuts.
Over
10
weeks.
We should have a party next week. Full on
blowing that.
We've got no one to invite though. That's the issue, really.
It would just be us, Alex.
Yeah.
Maybe Michael as well.
Yeah. By the way, just to remind you all, obviously you can watch us here live, and also the video is going to be uploaded after this as well. But do remember, if you want to just listen to it on your iPod, then you can do as well. We're still going to be on iTunes. It's iTunes. Just search Cottrell Cast basically, and you can subscribe there.
I feel like I can now almost relax a bit because we were talking about this before we went live, that we were very nervous.
Yeah.
Me and Fraser, and in fact Alex, have been doing live radio now for quite a long time.
It's pretty scary.
And one of the things was that this is new to us, and we didn't quite know how to do it, to be honest with you. So we were a bit nervous, but now I can feel all the tension draining, and we can relax again and go back into
I've suddenly gone very quiet.
style.
What's going on here, Alex?
Well, your dad just came around saying it sounds terrible.
Does it?
Yeah.
All right, that's probably just me.
It always does.
Right.
Every week he sounds terrible.
There we go. Okay, I've sorted it. Don't worry. You see, the parents are watching it upstairs, which is weird, obviously, because they're basically watching something that's happening in their own house. That is pretty weird. But yeah, basically. So
basically.
We'll carry on talking because I need to check this. So just talk amongst
I'll
yourselves.
keep talking. You see, this is where we really lack a technical department because we shouldn't be doing this, gentlemen.
We should plan it out before.
We should be broadcasting, concentrating on what we need to say and how we need to say it, and the technical team should be going under the desk, sorting out cables. So we are live, which will obviously mean that we'll have the odd problem. We may have the odd cable popping. We may well have the odd power failure, which we did have going live at 7:45. The main laptop that actually powers the whole Cottrell Cast decided that it didn't want to pick up the fact that he's plugged in and the battery had 15% left.
This is so confusing. So coming through my headphones at the moment, I have some earbuds here which are just white Apple things, and they're connected to the laptop. That's giving me a feed from what's coming out, so I've fixed it. It should sound okay now. But in these headphones, I have the live output, so there's no delay, but there's like a second delay on that. So I was hearing everything you were hearing, like,
which was weird as
really
well.
Confusing
when we went live, because we actually went live a minute before 8 o'clock to compensate for the time difference,
Right.
because there is a minute delay.
Do you want a little factoid? That's what the BBC do on all live TV shows. They come on at 59 because there is a minute delay on all your
which
television
we
shows.
found out for definite the other day because we were at Media City.
Yeah.
weren't we,
Oh my
Fraser?
goodness. Yeah. So I was doing some filming for a client. The phone's ringing again. Every episode.
Every single week.
So, I was doing some filming for a client. It wasn't a dirty client or anything like that. But basically, I had to go to Media City, do some little filming in the evening.
Sell it to us.
And
Say, yes, I was there for some big important meeting.
we went to Media City, and if you've never been to Media City, it's an incredible place. It is a beautiful place. And the most amazing thing is if you go at the right time, you can see everything, basically, because there's no one walking about, there's no one telling you off. So we went, what, about like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and it was amazing. We saw the BBC Sport headlines coming live from the studios in Media City. Because I did some work experience there, I know where everything is now, so I can take you little like ventures around and stuff, pointed out the BBC Breakfast Studios, all this stuff. Incredible. And anyway, the BBC Sports studio is in like a circle in the middle of the offices on the ground floor. I don't know why they put it there. On the ground floor at Media City in the main BBC building, and it's amazing. You can just watch it, and we were watching it on Gareth's phone as it was going out, and there was like a minute and a half delay or something.
It must be very, very off-putting because there's a piece of glass which, if you look through, you can see them actually broadcasting.
Yeah.
We were there at 10 o'clock at night, and they were still
waving.
There was a
Hi.
couple next to us. There was us three, and then another woman who just stood there at the glass watching.
I mean,
imagine daytime.
Yeah, imagine someone now, right there in the window, there watching us.
Do you think there's a delay in case someone swears and they can beep it out?
Yeah, that's the
Exactly.
reason why.
That
they
is
have
why
to
it
do
is
that.
there.
Do you think they hire a guy just to beep?
Yeah, that's his job.
The beeper.
Do you not know the profanity
BBC
buzzer?
beeper.
Yeah, BBC beeper.
The BBC profanity buzzer, and it's just a big button on the wall.
Yes.
That's the noise
we
it
must
makes.
point out as well that if you would ever want to hire Alex for any live event, don't do, because he has a habit of working you up even more.
Oh my
good
grief!
We were here, ready and waiting, and then Alex started,
Yeah,
rather than
he's there
pacing
going
up
like
and
this.
down, he's there tapping on his legs like
Ooh.
that.
I enjoyed a
Anyway,
bit of tapping.
I'm excited. Yeah, you're not exciting us. You're working us up, Ali. I was already on tenterhooks because I didn't know whether anything was going to work, because we had the little power cut thing that went on. I had to restart all the stream. Oh, it was a mess.
Can I just say as well that if you are watching us live, it would be wonderful if you, yes you, could post it on your wall and share
it about.
Because we have an actual counter here that tells us how many people are watching, and
Yeah.
it's interesting to watch it go up and then down and then up again a few more. So do share it on your Twitter, Facebook, and if you're a member of the Cottrell Cast on our Twitter or Facebook, then if you just share it from there, that's even easier.
Really exciting as well. We can get live comments as well. So if you're watching on YouTube now, you can comment, and Alex should get them and be
Yeah,
able
I
to
should
read
get
them out.
Anything so far?
No, nothing.
Oh, good,
At
good.
all.
Good.
If it is
Fantastic.
bad, you have to also siphon it out so that I don't see it, and it puts a big dent in my ego. So I only want good comments. Thank you, Alex.
Just for the moment, I'm taking off airplane mode, but that is to post on the Facebook page, facebook.com/CottrellCast. I am posting our setup, basically because it looks ridiculous. So we have my GoPro, which is. It's
very small, isn't it?
It's tiny. It is like smaller than my hand, and it's on my big camera tripod to hold my big heavy camera. And instead, it looks ridiculous, doesn't it? Really, I mean,
but
it
as
looks
you
a
say,
bit
Do you
stupid.
know what it looks like? Did you ever watch Star Wars where on the battle C-3PO's head got put onto a little robot?
I get you.
Do you know? Yeah.
I know what you mean,
Yeah,
Alex.
it looks a bit like that.
Very, very slightly.
Yeah.
But it is amazing
ridiculous.
how, in the past 4 days and since Fraser got this, he's not stopped using it. Any excuse. He did this great thing
That's
called
what
a
it's
time
about.
lapse.
Yeah,
Tell us about that.
Well, I think everyone should know what a time
Well,
lapse
I
is.
didn't.
It's a load of photos that take like every minute. So on my GoPro, I can set it to take a photo every minute, and then it takes all those photos, and then I put it in some GoPro software, and it puts it all together at like 15 frames per second. So there's 15 photos in 1 second, and you can watch the world go by in a time lapse format.
Very interesting.
very
Very
nice.
good.
Yeah, it's a technique they're using a lot in like documentaries and stuff.
Another thing that Fraser has been spending a lot of time on is his hair. In particular, just before we went live, he went upstairs
Gotta
for
do it,
something,
ain't you?
and he
Gotta
was
do
up
it.
there for about 5 minutes and then came down, and I just got this whiff of hairspray, and I knew that it could have been Alex maybe, because as we know, he likes to doll up his hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
But it was Fraser who was basically in hair and makeup before we went live.
Pampered himself,
Yeah,
in
well,
fact.
He was.
Yeah,
to be
pampered.
honest, so at the moment I have my hair stood up. I've had it stood up for about 3 years now, and I'm getting sick of it. I truly
Can
am
we
getting
shave it
sick
off
of
next week?
No, I don't want to shave
No,
my hair off, but I
not
just
again.
want to wear it down. Like, it's just
Wear it
irritating, just
down.
having
Well,
to put it up all the time. It's
If you
so
like me,
annoying.
age will do it for you.
Yeah, true.
Get some bangs, Fraser.
Yeah, should
Beg
get
your
some
pardon?
bangs. It's what,
Bangs?
It's what the Americans
What are they?
call
It's
call
like
a fringe.
Yeah,
Bangs?
Yeah, bangs.
Yeah, that's what the Americans call a fringe.
What? Really?
Get super bangs.
Super. Oh wow.
Um,
How would? Wait there. How are super bangs different to normal bangs?
yeah, what's the...
That's that far down your face, you can't even see your face.
That I've seen some people in Manchester with them. Like that.
Yep.
It's like dangling in front of your face. You can blow it and it
yeah,
goes
you
up.
can chew your hair.
Yeah, it's good this because you can get live feedback off people. The girlfriend just said, "You're crap, but the rest are good." So there you go, lads. Well done.
Well, thank you very much, Chloe.
But
Thanks.
sadly, I'm a bit crap. I probably need to just
I think
probably
Get better.
should have spent more time on my hair. Really,
it's your
shouldn't I?
voice, actually.
Yeah, it's
I
irritating,
don't like
isn't
it.
It's
And your
irritating.
face, your hair as well.
Yeah.
You see, here we're lined up where Alex is the eye candy for the ladies. I was the eye candy, but now I've turned 30. I'm past that now. So I'm just here for the talent and the intellect. And Fraser.
I'm just here.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm just
moving
here.
on.
That's
An interesting week for my teeth.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What's that?
Lots
Why
to
is it
tell-
yellow?
Well, that is. Yeah, thank you.
Why is it yellow?
That's why we
weird.
haven't spoken about this, because where to start? Many, many years ago, I need some soft music now.
No,
Many,
don't,
many-
because
no,
we got told
don't.
off a copyright on the last
No.
one.
Did we?
Did
Oh,
we?
God.
Who by?
Yeah, by YouTube, because we play more than 30 seconds.
YouTube
of it.
personally sent you a
I
message
got in touch. They went,
telling you
they
off.
went, love the podcast, but hold off with the copyright.
Did they
music."
say
Yeah.
that?
No, they
Did
didn't.
they come round to
No.
your front door, knocked on,
No.
and had a
Oh
go?
no,
at
but
you?
there was some
YouTube police.
there was some weird icon next to the last 2 episodes of the Cottrell cast, and I was getting really worked up. I was like, what is it? Googled it. Basically, I set the licensing wrong so that people, if they wanted to, could download our podcast.
Oh.
And just have it on the computer. So that went off straight away. Nobody did download it.
Nobody's owning this apart from us.
Exactly. And who would want to own it anyway?
I know.
So, back to the dentist. Many years ago, I was pushed over as a child and I hit one of my front teeth on the curb, as you do, which caused problems with the root. So I had to have the root taken out, and I grew this abscess underneath it, real bother. And they had to do, when I was a kid, all this root canal treatment and sort that out. So anyway, I was left with a grey, dull tooth until I got it veneered about 15 years ago. And the problem with this veneer is it had to be so thick to cover up the dark colour that it protruded. Which takes me to the wedding. Obviously, on the wedding pictures, I don't want to have that there. So I asked
This
the
is
dentist.
interesting.
Well, it is. It gets very, very interesting. I asked the dentist, what can we do with it? And he said, oh, I could put a cap on it for you, or a crown. How much? In fact, Alex,
Yeah,
how much do you
guess.
think? Okay. So basically, what the dentist does is he files down the original tooth to a little stump,
Yeah.
and then he fits
A plastic one.
well, it isn't actually
a fake
plastic,
one.
but an artificial tooth which goes over that.
Which is made for his mouth.
Like perfectly made for your mouth.
Yeah.
200.
Not far off there. It was £225.
It's ridiculous, though, isn't it? I mean, I have toothache right now, and that's because I have weird teeth. Now, when I was a kid, I was told I'm going to have braces, and it got me down. I really didn't want braces because I was told I had to have like 7 teeth out, and I was like, I'm not doing that. So I left it. Little did I know, in later life, when I reached the fine old age of 19, would I have the most excruciating pain ever because
What
my
again?
wisdom.
Sorry, excruciating.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, that.
Bad pain.
Because my wisdom teeth are coming through and pushing all my other teeth about. My bottom teeth are a mess now. They're all like curling round each other and stuff. So I have to have braces basically, and I'm terrified.
You have to have braces at 19.
Yeah. Although there are people. There's a guy on TV that has them now. He's like 30 something.
Oh, well, hold on a minute. So, my teeth.
Oh.
Right. So, problem being, of course, that when the original tooth gets filed down,
Yeah.
it takes a week, sometimes maybe even longer, to make the fake tooth. So the dentist has to put something temporarily over it, or else it will go normal tooth, and then this brown stump. So that's where I'm up to now, and I've got this fake cap on it, which is a different colour. It's yellow.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
you can see that.
Yeah, that is very yellow.
Okay, so I was there eating, and I heard this crunch, and I panicked, and I felt it, and the back had dropped off. So the back of this cap had fallen off, leaving me with basically this little stump at the back, touching it with my tongue. I went back today,
nice.
and he just led us back. Oh yeah, fine, sorted it, and that's that. So I should have, but the 17th, the 17th of July, I go back, which is a Thursday, I think, which means that I won't have it for next week, but the week after I'll have perfect teeth.
That's nice. That's nice.
A bit like Alan Carr,
Yeah,
who,
that's
if you've
horrible.
noticed him on TV recently, you'll notice that his teeth have changed. I heard him on an interview, and he's had all his original teeth taken out,
That is
and
rank.
they've
That is
replaced them
actually
with these
horrible.
little metal pins which they put in and then put plastic teeth on that.
That's rank. So my Mac's broke, basically, to cut it short. So a few episodes ago, then you would know, if you listened, obviously, many people don't.
Many people do, actually.
That my Mac wouldn't export the Cottrell cast, because basically what we did is we recorded it on my big camera, and the files are huge. They're like 4 gig files in like 12-minute sections. So I had like four 4 gig files in one, and then I had to sync it all up with the audio, all this. It was a big long process, which is why we're doing it like this now, because it's a hell of a lot easier. But anyway,
We say that.
yeah, they were like 45-minute videos. Now, without compressing, guess the gigs. Guess the gigs.
Without compressing, so 40 minutes of video.
At full 1080p HD.
That means nothing to me. So
It's like the
very good
it's
quality.
very,
really
good quality. It always has to be technical terms. Just say it's fuzzy, it's clear, or it's very, very clear.
It's very,
I
very
only know,
clear.
Right,
It's very,
so
very clear.
very clear, 40 minutes. I would say that with my video knowledge, you're talking about probably 25 gig.
Go on.
50.
40 gig. 40 gig.
That's
Is
a lot, isn't it, that?
huge. So I
Yeah.
compressed it and I got it down to 3, basically, and that's how we were exporting it. Okay, but my computer can't handle it, and I think that it's because someone's broken it. It's been doing it for ages. So I took it into the Apple Store. I've taken it into the Apple Store before. They didn't fix it. I've called them up before. They didn't fix it. So I took it in today. I explained what the problem was, and he went, "Okay, yeah, all right, okay. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to replace the motherboard, the logic board, the CPU, and the graphics card. That's basically the entire computer."
They should just give you a new one.
I'm not kidding you. If you know anything about computer, that is the entirety of the computer. Like, other than the hard drive, that is the computer. And because I have Apple Care, which means that it's free, basically, because it isn't my fault, it would have cost me, if I didn't, like £500 just to have it repaired. It's going to take like 3 to 5 days or something, but...
Oh, they're
Nuts.
always so...
Unbelievable. Oh,
They're always so smarmy in that shop
This
as
is
well.
the best bit. So I booked an appointment for 3:15. All right, I got there. The traffic was horrendous. All right, because they're doing all road works and stuff. So I got there at not 3:15, but instead 16 minutes past 3. I walk in there. Hiya, I'm here for my iMac appointment. Oh, sorry, we've cancelled your appointment because you're a minute late.
Wow.
I went, excuse me, what? And they went, yeah, that's it. It's because it's very busy. So we just thought you weren't coming. I went, well, I'm here. So, I mean, what do you want me to do? And they went, okay, well, I can book you in another for 4:30. We'll just put your Mac in storage. I went, yeah, all right. I got there at 4 o'clock, half an hour early, sat there, and they went, oh, they're on the break now, so you're going to have to wait.
How long has it been allowed in this country where if you go into a shop, you have to make an appointment?
No, but this is for the Genius Bar.
Well, I don't care who they are.
Understandably, I mean, a lot of people want their stuff fixing.
If they are geniuses, they wouldn't be working in a shop. They would be in a big science lab. They aren't geniuses. They're
they can't
people.
Keep time.
They are basically IT technicians, like thousands of others are, but they've been bitten by the Apple bug and decided to go down the dark side rather than the normal one.
Have you noticed?
They're not geniuses, are they? Can't even say the word.
Have you noticed how they're always either people with glasses and
beards.
really smart, or the people with beards,
tattoos as well,
ear stretchers and
they're
tattoos
all the same.
and
Yeah,
tattoos.
yeah. No, I mean, I love Apple. I think their products are great. Other computer places are available,
but they aren't as good.
Yeah, but they aren't as good. But it's just stuff like that really works me up. You know, I mean, it's great that they're basically taking my computer in for free and replacing everything inside it. That's amazing. You don't get Surface like that from anywhere else.
But even that, you have had to pay an extra £100 for.
Yeah, for 3 years.
How old is the computer itself?
I started doing it straight away, but I just never really took it.
So how old is it?
It's 2 years old.
Right, so how much was it? Over £1,000?
1,100.
So a 1,100 computer, and basically after 2 years, they're saying it's broken. And if you hadn't have paid that extra £100, you'd have been screwed.
Yeah,
which is one thing which annoys me. If you are buying something which is that expensive, you should have automatically at least a 5-year thing on it where they say, right, we are so confident in the quality of this product. If you bought a car and after 2 years, if you had to buy any extra parts on it, or if you took it back because the door's leaking, I'd say, look, sort it now. I don't need any extra insurance at all. I've spent a lot of money on this now, fix it. But I am getting really angry here now, but this is one thing that Apple have backed us in a corner with, where it's this thing of, well,
you do have a 1 year guarantee.
It's like this, right? I wouldn't be seen without this because I'm so reliable on it now. It's got my diary, it's got my email, my Twitter, Facebook, everything. But now this is getting really, really slow. And it's only about 2.5 years old, and it's so slow that I need a new one.
No, what it is, now I was talking to an Apple guy about this, and it isn't that the product's slow, it's that the software on the product, i.e. all your apps and stuff, are becoming more advanced for the newer technology that your older technology can't run it. That's basically it. It isn't actually your device. If you only run Apple products on your device, it'll run like a dream because they're built for that. But because they're, like your Facebook, and Facebook's the worst app ever. I don't know why people actually use that still. But
just going on the internet, can't
exactly.
you?
But
saying that though, Mum's old iPad that she had, she was again backed in a corner because the problem was it was over 4 years old, and she couldn't download the new operating system because now Apple had discontinued support on that.
Yeah, but that's because that is too advanced for the hardware that it's running
but
on.
then everyday apps like BBC iPlayer wouldn't run unless she had the new software update.
Yeah.
So basically,
it's like,
she was there and had this tablet and couldn't use it anymore.
Well,
it was worthless.
Okay, my friend, I'm not going to say his name because I'm not allowed to, because he signed all forms and stuff to say that that he can't tell me stuff. That
I'll
goes
name
on,
him,
but he has done. But basically, he works in the Genius Bar in the Apple Store, and he had this guy come in with his daughter's iPhone, okay, and it wouldn't turn on, wouldn't do anything, and he went, my daughter's phone won't turn on, what's wrong with it? And so he took it into the back, he took the back off, and it was all sticky and all like, water damage basically.
Ribena.
He smelt it, it was tequila. Okay, or like some kind of like spirit, and he went out and he went, my daughter, he went, okay, it's water damage, we can't do anything about it, you'll have to pay, like 200 quid. And the guy went, what, it's not water damage, how dare you accuse my daughter? And he went, look mate, I'm going to be honest with you, it smells like tequila. Your daughter's obviously spilt it in a drink or something, and it doesn't work anymore. And he was like, and he kicked off, like full on kicked off and went mental. And he went, look, I can't do anything. You can't make me do anything to it. You're just going to have to pay for it. In the end, he did pay for it.
See,
but
now,
I mean, what was the point in that when they can't do anything about it?
That is fair enough. If it's your fault, if you drop it or if you spill Vimto all over it, that's fair enough. That isn't Apple's problem. But the whole software software out of date and stuff is not fair. We've got to give a quick mention, Alex. You've had some fan mail through here, and it's from. How's the surname said? Help me out on this one. So Joanne Cathinelli says hi to Alex from his auntie Joanne, Emily, and Grandma, who are watching right now, and they think that his hair is gorgeous.
That's nice.
That's very nice. I wish I had gorgeous hair.
Yeah.
Where's my fan mail?
You haven't got any?
All right.
We did get that one at the start, didn't
wow.
we?
Did
that's
I?
just
Yeah,
lit
Chloe.
right up now.
Yeah,
right.
well, I mean, it's not really...
We've got another one. This is getting silly now.
This is great.
This is all for Alex.
Oh,
I
come
knew
on.
this would happen.
Why are all your mates watching?
We shouldn't be bringing on Alex because
That's all right.
this is what happens at the
viewers.
gigs and everything. Any gigs that we do, he's the person who always gets the glances. It was me 15 years ago.
I get them normally.
Alex, could you give your cousin Em and Auntie Joanne and Grandma a wave, please?
They don't count.
That's the
They
same
don't count.
one.
It's his
Same
family.
one, same one.
It's his family. It's like, all right, Mum, hiya. She's watching upstairs. Mum, you
She's
can have
not.
a wave as well. She probably isn't, actually. So,
This is going
Yeah, so-
insane. It's
so I
all your
mean-
family and friends.
yeah, remember, facebook.com. /Cottrellcast. There's loads of stuff on there. You can post us messages and stuff on there. You can see behind the scenes of how we are streaming today's episode of the Cottrellcast as well. Pretty exciting, really. So, yeah, I have this GoPro, and it is amazing. Like, although when I bought it, everyone said to me, they're like, Fraser, you'll love it, but the accessories and stuff for it cost an absolute fortune. I was like, don't lie. They cost a fortune. I've spent like 30 quid on accessories already. I've only had it a week.
I've bought one as well for your camera.
Bike, yeah.
And you will be able to very, very soon watch my new channel, which is opening up, which is basically Cottrell on a cycle. And I'll be putting a GoPro on my front handlebars and going around the Tameside area.
So that's exciting.
So Alex's friends and family, if you would like to maybe
Get on
take
it.
a diversion from worshipping Alex to just giving me a bit of your time, then that'd be nice.
I'm watching this now, and I've just noticed I've got a blue dot right on my chin here.
I like it.
So, yeah, because of the light.
Because the little mic.
Yeah, because
the
of
light
the light.
here.
Yeah, so, okay, so I'm going to go all technical now. If you are wondering how the stream works and what's
here we
going
go.
on, this is why I said my side is really technical. So we have my GoPro ridiculously stood on this huge tripod, and then the audio from the desk from our headphone box here is running into the GoPro using a cable which was £17.
And it's not even that late. It's about that
It's
big.
this big, and all it does is turns like a headphone jack into a USB.
I'm just
that's
taking
all it does.
a quick picture of us.
Oh my God, that's very zoomed in.
Well, I don't know how I even change this.
Oh no, that's just the iPad.
Oh, there we go.
Oh my goodness! Look,
Oh no,
whoa.
that's gone in further. Right, I'm going to take a little picture.
Why don't you just take them on your phone
It's
instead?
all a bit pixelated,
yeah,
isn't it?
it's because
this?
the iPad camera's rubbish. And then the HDMI runs out into a capture card, if you know what one of them is, and then that goes into the computer here, which is why I now and again look down here to make sure everything is A-OK. But I mean, it's pretty exciting. I mean,
I am impressed.
Thanks, Gareth.
And
I spent all day yesterday doing
normally,
this to
I
work.
do take all the glory for such things, but to be honest with you, we've got such a good team here that I was just sat watching the TV, writing a few things to talk about, and Fraser has sorted out all this live stuff, and then Alex has been setting up the cable. So well done, chaps.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And
Yesterday
thank you for
was
making me sound so great.
Yesterday was hectic because I was getting all this sorted. I had to run down to a little IT shop in Stalybridge. Thank goodness they had the cable I wanted.
Thank goodness.
Because otherwise we wouldn't have had the podcast today. And it was basically the HDMI cable. That was like, how much was it? That was like £7. Wasn't that bad, actually. But, I mean, I was thinking about this. Now, Amazon have stopped doing free delivery. Now, to get free delivery, you have to spend £10 or over. Now, it's a clever decision because it makes people spend more to get free delivery. But then again, I know for a fact that I probably won't buy much stuff now from Amazon because it isn't free delivery. So, I mean, I bought that cable from a local shop, meaning that I'm supporting a local business. And yeah, it was £7 instead of £2 from Amazon. But the one on Amazon probably was going to be crap anyway. And, you know, it's supporting the local business, isn't it? I think, honestly, I'd much rather spend a few pounds more and get it in a shop from a local trader instead of giving it to some big corporate.
See, I'm the
cow.
opposite. I would rather pay £2 and have to send it back, and it costs me more money in doing
Yeah.
that than I would buy from a local shop.
Yeah, I don't know.
I always like paying extra because the
Yeah.
original item is rubbish, so I have to buy 2 or
Send
maybe
it
even
back.
3
Yeah, to
sometimes.
send it
Yeah.
back.
I prefer that way of purchasing.
You're right, Alex.
Yeah, I'm fine actually.
Good, great.
Oh, we've got more fan mail here
Oh,
arriving,
no,
I think.
not from-
Just before we do you remember when me and you were thinking of things to do for my 30th? It never quite happened, but one of them was going up to Snowdonia and going on the high zip wire in the world. Do you remember me telling you about that?
Yeah, I think it's something. Yeah,
Well,
probably.
The same millionaire who set up that has now opened up the largest indoor trampoline.
That's exciting.
This is exciting because it's in a cave. It's in a cave in Snowdonia, and the trampoline itself is 3 stories high. So there could be people bouncing under. This sounds wrong.
This does
people
sound wrong.
bouncing under you and on top of you, whilst you're in the middle. And it's the biggest. It can hold 160 people, and it stretches from one side of the cave to the other. A little photograph of it there.
Wow.
Let me see. That's amazing.
That
Can we
doesn't
go?
that doesn't look huge actually.
Well, let's have a look here. It is.
Where is it?
Wow.
Where is it?
It is in Snowdonia, in Wales, which
Can we
means
go?
that we can go anytime.
Can we
In
go?
fact, let's take the podcast live there.
Stag do.
It
on the
is-
bounce castle.
Stag do. Bouncy castle.
Get this, okay? It is an impressive 100 foot by 60 foot in a cavern. So you've got 100 foot down, you've got 60 foot wide. It's absolutely
That's
ginormous.
huge. That's amazing, that, isn't it?
That
we
is
should
quite
definitely
big.
go. Yeah,
So-
take the podcast.
That is now open and available in all good bookshops.
Great stuff. Was there any more fan mail for Alex?
Let me just have a look, because if I'm honest,
Is there any
it's-
more? Are there any comments on the YouTubes?
I don't know how to access that.
No.
No, great. It's
right,
fine.
Good,
we've
though.
had
Good.
another message here. Here we go. We are sorry for leaving Fraser and Gareth out. So
Good,
here is a
here we
shout
go.
out to you two as well.
Thanks.
Auntie Joan, Grandma are huge fans of yours as well, not just Alex.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I think they'll like your hair,
My
Fraser.
new well, I wish they'd like my hair,
You
but
don't have any,
gradually per
really.
episode it's going down. But
Yeah.
I have had a haircut. Would
Yeah,
you like to
that's
see it in
nice.
all glory
No,
with its
I'm all
headphone?
right.
Look at that there. That's all right, isn't it? You like that?
It
should-
looks
we should have-
basically the
like
same
that.
as
We should
normal,
have
but
a feature where's Gareth's hair this week.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's
Oh,
not
all
here.
right.
That's
Just
not-
because
it's
you've
not
got
here.
youth and hair on your side.
Now, you know what? One thing which I have heard that brings back hair growth, a nice coffee. And
right.
the place where you can get a nice
I'll
coffee
need plenty of that.
is from Coffee Underline in Ashton Underline. Great tasting coffee for reasonable prices. They're today's sponsors, basically the podcast sponsors every week. Thanks, Brian.
Yes, thanks,
for
Brian.
funding this. Not a clue why you'd want to, but thanks anyway.
That was a prime opportunity for you to do a little wink at the camera and say, "Don't forget Brian's coffee shop."
Yeah, nice. Yeah, well, pop down there. If you live in the local area, get down to Ashton Market Hall, Coffee Underline, grab yourself a great tasting coffee for only £1.
But what happens, Fraser?
Okay, come on, pitch it
What
to me.
happens if I wake up in the morning, I've been out the night before, and I've only got 99p left in my pocket? Do you think Brian will be kind enough to maybe give me a penny off?
Well,
my
you know
coffee?
what? Brian prides himself on giving away things and letting people off with just a few pennies, So
Does he
if
really?
You, no,
He prides
honestly,
himself
okay.
on it.
Once, all right, I went to work and he said to me, he went, okay, I've got these new chocolates here. Give some away for free. All right.
To be honest,
okay,
he is
I will
such-
do.
He is such a genuine bloke, Brian, and I'm not just saying this in some really naff corporate way. He has actually
nice
sent
guy.
me and Fraser out on a mission to find him a new shop. This is how much he trusts people he believes in, where we said to him, Brian, this shop's great, but have you ever thought of actually having a big shop where we could maybe do the podcast from? And he says, guys, if you can find it, we could broadcast from the coffee shop whenever we like.
Can you imagine that? I'd be as
Oh.
high as a kite.
There's going to be one person now that's going to go into the coffee shop and go, Can I have a free one because you let people off?
I think Brian would allow that.
You know what? If you go into the coffee shop and you say, "Hi, I listen to the Cottrell cast. Can I have a free coffee?" Brian, give them a free coffee, because the fact that they actually listen to the podcast is enough for a free coffee, I think.
That is fine as long as Alex's fan base don't go down, because if they
loads
do,
of them.
Alex
They'll
will be broke.
bankrupt
We've got more. Oh, we've got a new one here.
Oh, yay.
Oh, I think that's Alex's mum.
Oh,
actually.
great. Let me see.
Oh, great.
I know Alex.
Jacqueline Campbell.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
Hi, lovely show. You need all 4 of you on camera in the future. All hair looking good. Fraser, so funny in his skinny jeans skin last
have
week.
you ever thought of reading audio books? Because I think you've got a natural flair for it.
Thank you.
An ability. Hi!
Yeah,
Love the show.
my skinny jean thing yesterday. Well, not yesterday, last week. That was nuts, honestly. Thanks to Nick, by the way. I don't know whether Nick even listens to this, but thanks, Nick, because he exported last week's episode of the Cottrell. That's why it came out on like Sunday, because we couldn't get it to work, and so I had to ring up Nick. I said, "Nick, can you please come down to my house and fix this for me?" So he came all the way, he walked all the way, and he exported this week's podcast. So thanks very much. Obviously, this week's is going to be up the video probably, well, not instant, about an hour later. So do watch out for that.
I think I saw your mum in Tesco's the other day, and I would like you to confirm, if you can, please.
Ask her now.
Right, yeah, you have a big blue. Come here, give us that tape there.
Yeah.
Right,
well, tape it up.
Alex's mum.
That's really annoying.
It looks like I've got blue lips.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Alex's mum, Mrs. Campbell, whilst you're listening, could you please...
Mrs. Campbell.
That's right, Mrs. Campbell. Could you please confirm that was or wasn't you that I saw in Tesco's?
It probably
because
was.
It was one of those moments when I just finished work, I was tired, I had my iPod on, and by the time I'd thought about who that could have been,
no, you know what?
She waved at me and I walked past, and I felt really rude because I think she assumed that I was ignoring her and I didn't recognise her.
Alex's mum has a lookalike, because there is a woman that works in Tesco's. All right, I don't know whereabouts she does work, but she always walks past me, and I'm always like, "Was that Alex's mum? Was that Alex's mum?" And I'm like looking about, going like, "What?" And it never is her, because once I was with Chloe and she went, "Yeah, that isn't Alex's mum." But I swear, she's the spitting image of your mum. It is creepy how much she looks like it. So there we go. Anyway, if you don't know Alex's
here we go.
mum,
Alex's
it
mum,
work,
I think, has just... This is weird, because...
Why is she inboxing us?
It's like
weird.
Skype, but one way. You see us and you... Oh, we've had confirmation. Yes, it was me. I thought it was. I think, if I remember right, it was in the biscuit aisle.
Getting you some bickies.
Oh, actually, in fact,
here we go.
biscuits did show up at my house this morning.
What sort of biscuits, though?
Digestives.
Nice. Classic.
Do you know what digestives go well with, though?
What?
Coffee, of course.
So don't you start it as well.
Do you know where you can get a great coffee, Alex?
Costa?
Don't have a clue.
No. Coffee underlined in
How dare
Ashton
you.
underlined. Pop down at £1 for a latte.
But
or
Fraser,
a cappuccino.
what happens if I'm highly allergic to coffee?
Well, we do great tasting loose teas.
But what happens if I don't like tea?
Or coffee.
What happens if I'm dead? Moving on anyway. I've had an interesting week.
If you don't like tea or coffee, just
keep away.
Yeah,
we don't want you nearby.
Just Coke. From
leave the area.
Instead.
What if you just like the aroma of it?
Oh, you can go
funnily
and
enough,
smell all you want.
I'm sure Brian would not mind if you popped down and just started having a little sniff around him and the coffee area.
Great.
So I've heard he's got a fine set of beans, which anybody is allowed to sniff if they give him the right money.
Sniff Brian's beans. Okay, the other day I went to the cinema and I went to see How to Train Your Dragon 2. For a kids' film. It was actually such a good film. And anyway, we were walking back and McDonald's was open, and I was like, you know what? I really fancy a Sprite. I know
Sprite?
Other drinks are available, but I don't know.
Good, though.
I just had this feeling. I just want some lemonade. I want some Sprite because I was dying for a drink. It was the most refreshing drink I have ever had. Honestly, Sprite is the best drink. It's like my new favourite drink now. I hate Coke.
Funnily
Coke's
enough,
horrible.
The other other day, I was really dehydrated, and I thought, do you know, I really fancy a coffee.
Well, did
So
you by any
I
chance
went to
go
Starbucks.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. That's a bit awkward, isn't it?
Just
Really?
wreck the sponsor.
Yeah.
I'm only joking. Brian
I'll play it
knows
again
I'm
if you
only
want.
joking. By the way, one thing we forgot to talk about is, as me and Fraser grow older, we start to sound a bit more similar.
Very similar.
And our comedy tastes are a bit similar as well. Well, we were actually wearing similar clothes the other day because we went out
Oh,
filming
my.
and we both turned up in the same pair of jeans. How
no,
awkward.
okay.
Was it just two
So-
pair of black jeans?
We
No,
both,
it wasn't. It
So,
was
so we
these I
both
have on
went
now.
to Top Man at the
at
same
them.
time when they had a sale on. Okay, and I picked this. I never wear blue jeans. You know me, Alex. Like even now, I have black skinny jeans on. They aren't the same pair. Well, they are the same pair, but they have been washing since last week. But I never wear it. So I got this lovely pair of blue skinny jeans. I was like, okay, I love these. I'm gonna go get them. I went to try them on, and then Gareth walked into the changing rooms, and he went, Fraser, what do you think of these? He had the same pair of jeans on as me.
I think this is potentially how similar we are.
It's
where we
annoying.
didn't know that each were picking them jeans, but we picked the same pair of jeans
like
and we like them.
twins.
Do you know what I've started to notice?
What?
Fraser sits there, Gareth sits here, and Michael usually sits where I'm sitting. It's like an evolution circle.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
That
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, one day you're going to end up. Yeah. You're
Oh
gonna
my
end up like
goodness! If
Michael.
you're sat there, it's
It
the
is.
whole circle.
That's
We've got
weird,
you
Danny, that's
going there with.
creepy.
Wow. Could we get an older
We could
member
get
of the team?
We could get like a coffin just sat on the side.
just
maybe.
just some ash.
Coffin
Just
propped
some ash
up on
on
the
the
wall.
stool.
Yeah, because after all, that is the next step after Michael.
Gradually, each of us get closer to the coffin.
Yeah, and then Michael ends up in it, which Michael, bless him. So he had his charity pub quiz on my birthday, and since I had nothing else better to do on my birthday, we decided to venture down to Michael's. Sad indeed. So we decided to venture down to the pub, to Michael's pub quiz, and there was no one there.
I felt so bad.
I felt
Michael
awful.
didn't even show up to it.
Honestly, I'm not kidding. Michael's pub quizzes normally are packed. Like, honestly, you actually cannot get in the pub. It is packed. And it was weird because we walked in, there was no one there. We were like, what's going on? Are we early? And he just went, no one's turned up, lads.
And I've known Michael for a long time, and I've never known him to ever be depressed. Any of us, if we'd have spent time organising an event and no one
I
turned
would have
up,
been well annoyed.
I would be absolutely gutted. But Michael, he was still cracking
Yeah.
jokes and cheerful as ever.
He just went, it's
anything.
all right, we'll just do it on Thursday.
Next week, yeah.
All right, fine.
Again, one thing that we will be doing very soon, which will be exciting because now we have our own brand, we can do what the heck we like. We will be doing a charity bike ride.
I won't be. I'm
Come on,
filming it.
I'll
Bit
do
of
it.
excitement on this.
I'll do it.
Do you have
You
a
don't
bike?
even know how far it is yet.
It's
Alex.
100
It's
miles.
100, yeah, around the
How'd you know
Staley
this?
Bridge. Because Michael told me.
Oh, yeah. Do you have a bike?
Yeah, I do.
There
Have you
go.
really?
Yeah.
Alex can do it. There you go.
A BMX?
No,
I'll
a mountain one.
I'll film it.
Really?
Mountaineering bike.
Oh, well, there we go then.
I'll
Alice
film
can
it.
join in.
I'll run. Me and Nick went, okay, well, so we can't bike it, but we need to film it. So what can we do? Oh, we'll just walk it. And then I realised 100 miles.
Do you know?
And I went, no.
Do you know what you should do?
Probably wouldn't work.
Get a wheelbarrow,
Yeah,
tie it to the
someone
back
could.
of our bikes,
That's a good idea.
and wheel.
Yeah,
with a camera.
Good idea.
So that will be taking place. So far, we're having an official production meeting about this next Tuesday, which I haven't told you about.
By any chance, it happening in this house?
It's before the Cottrell cast, meaning that Michael can have tea here. And
Oh wow! The parents, first time they've probably heard about it as well.
They'll be all right
upstairs,
about it.
live.
So
on,
it will be happening here, and we'll talk about dates and stuff. But I think it's going to be the second week of August, a Saturday and a Sunday.
You'll hear your mum shouting down now.
Yeah. I went into Primark today because I was a bit short on t-shirts and stuff. So I went in and I bought a vest. Today.
Can we see the vest?
Gonna be honest, I'm not the biggest lover
Go
of
and put
them,
it on
but
now, please.
No,
Go
no,
and put it on.
No.
Do it for the fans.
No, I'm not.
Right, everybody
I'm not
listening
putting
this now who
putting a
would
vest
like
on.
to see Fraser in his vest, please post either on the Cottrell cast or the YouTube thing. And if we get more than one,
I'll go,
that
alright.
means that Fraser will. Oh,
I'll just
what,
go
are you going
now.
anywhere?
It doesn't matter. It's,
Okay, fine,
someone
right.
will say
Well,
it.
Fraser will be putting on his vest, which, funnily enough, he was very confident wearing earlier on, but now the cameras are on him, he's not so confident.
Can I just say, the only reason I bought it is to wear it under a shirt. I
Okay,
haven't.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Go upstairs
I
and
don't
put it
like
on, please.
vests.
Okay,
Go
right.
upstairs and put it on.
Have you seen this before then?
He looks like an absolute weirdo.
I know. I can imagine
Because
it. I'm picturing it in my mind. now.
Normally, if you've got a big chest and you've got muscles, it looks fine because the muscles bulk out this bit. But because Fraser is basically like a ginger twig, what you've got is just these great big straps that dangle down on him. He looks ill. He looks really ill. But what we need to do is to big it up and say, "Wow, Fraser, that looks
Tell him to go outside
great,
just in the... Yeah,
and
of
say,
course, yeah.
honestly, everybody's going to love this." And give him a
Give him
fake
inspirational
yeah.
speech. Right, yeah.
a fake sense of security. And oh my
wow.
goodness!
That
Wow, that looks really
you do
good,
know that I was
Fraser.
stood at the bottom of the stairs and I heard you all going,
Wow,
"Oh, big
but
it up,
that
big it up
looks-
loads."
That looks
Yeah.
incredible on you.
Okay, all right.
looks great, yeah.
I've bought I've bought it to wear under a shirt. I hate vests. I think they're horrible. The fact that your armpits are just there is horrible.
Plus,
it freaks me out a little
the
bit.
worst thing about that is it's a colour which, when your armpits sweat, all you'll see underneath
It's just
is
awful. I
These
don't-
damp strips.
but it's
underneath
very refreshing. I'll give it. Yeah, but I've got it to wear under a shirt because I think wearing a t-shirt under a shirt is weird. But yeah,
Do you get a nice
anyway,
breeze?
I'm nice and refreshing. £1.50
Wow.
in
That's not
Primark.
bad.
Honestly,
I
maybe
wonder-
t-shirts for £2.
I wonder why it was so cheap.
Maybe because it looks awful.
You can't come on the bike ride, Alex.
Okay.
We've had a message from your mum, and she says that if it's the 16th, then that means that Alex won't be able to do it because he's got a gig at the Deaf Institute.
Yeah. And I have to be there for 3 o'clock in the
But
evening.
Is it on the 16th?
No, it's on the 9th. It's the 9th of August.
Well,
so
he can do it
So,
then.
yeah.
He can do it. So a gig.
You can't do it, Alex. Why? Well, because you got a gig on the 16th. What date is it?
Well, he has to practice.
It's on the 9th.
The Deaf Institute.
Yeah.
Does that mean that the people listening will
They
be
aren't
deaf?
deaf. No, they aren't
Right.
deaf.
Because if they were, Alex, I'll tell you what.
I'm quite proud
that
of
would
you,
be one heck of a gig.
actually, Alex, because that's quite a big venue.
It's quite a good venue. though.
Nice one, Alex. Anyway, it's time to wrap up now.
No, we don't want to go
No,
yet.
we have to go
We've had
now.
such a laugh.
He doesn't want to show
Have
people
to.
his vest down.
Yeah,
I don't wanna
we-
go
We
yet.
have to go now. Sorry,
Why?
but that's it for the Cottrell
Vote,
Cast this
Alex.
week.
Do you want to
No,
go?
we have to go.
Do you want
we
to
have
go,
to
Alex?
keep
We
it to
have to
40
go.
minutes. Otherwise, it's too big and it won't upload. Okay.
It's 45 minutes.
So, thanks very much to everyone for watching online.
Was having
Thanks
a
very
right
much. YouTube.com/Cottrell-cast. Make sure that you subscribe because then you get the live events whenever we go live, basically. And also remember to search out Cottrell-cast on the iTunes to subscribe on there. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Again, just search Cottrell-cast. And until next week when we live again, thanks very much for listening. And we'll see you soon.
We will do.
Bye.
Bye.
But I've got to turn this off.
Bye. Awkward.